Alright, hello guys, this is Sixpets with the Kael'thas patch notes rundown. Um, I took a look earlier in the patch notes and there are a lot of things that got fixed, got changed and whatnot. One of the most important things I checked is that they actually added some options in the game and now the hardware can be more easily detected, which means PCs should now have better performance in both low-end and high-end computers. So we'll just see how this works, and I guess keep giving out feedback. Also, Control Alt F. I don't know what it shows, but it says here that it has more indicators about performance, so that's a good thing. We've got the new hero. I am definitely going to play Kael'thas tomorrow, but this is just a small rundown. His passive is basically Verdant Spheres. He activates his passive, his trait, and he gives something to one of his basic abilities. His Q is Flame Strike, pretty much the same thing with Fire Mages in WoW. And if he uses Verdant Spheres, Flame Strike gains radius and damage. His W is Living Bomb, same thing with WoW. It damages an enemy, it's a dot, and it explodes, dealing AoE damage. And casting a second Living Bomb will also make the first one explode, so that's pretty good for combos. And with the Verdant Sphere trait, it removes the Living Bomb mana cost and cooldown. Removing the cooldown can actually be big in conjunction with the talents Kael'thas has. Gravity Lapse, it stuns the first enemy hit, and if you get the trait, you stun the first 3 enemies in its path. So since Kael'thas is lacking an escape mechanism, this is pretty much what he has in order to escape from sticky situations. His heroic abilities, first one is Phoenix. He launches a Phoenix to a target area and he deals damage. The Phoenix also stays, persists, and he keeps attacking enemies. And he also deals plus damage to the enemies near its primary attack target. So basically a AoE bird that deals damage. I mean, this can be annoying against quizzes. We'll see how this will work. Pyroblast though, after a short delay, casts a slow moving fireball that deals massive damage to an enemy and medium damage to enemies near the target. This is the real deal. I think this is gonna be the go-to heroic ability. I mean, I saw the preview, and if the radius is enough, in conjunction with the level 20 Pyroblast talent, level 2 old, it's gonna be pretty damn good. Alright, art. The radial ping menu has received updated art. Okay, defeat, fidget, tone, and victory animations have been added. Minor animation stuff, police, everything that there is in here, we'll just notice them in game pretty much. Some cloth physics on Malfiro and Sylvanas, facial animation improvements on Gazlo and Sonya. Sonya, like, they keep face lifting here, but I don't know. It's still kind of weird. Ability icons, revamp on Abathur, Kerrigan, Nova, Hammer, and Tassadar. And also, the following hero abilities and talents have received visual polish, and there are just a bunch of abilities pretty much. Mount Terror Charge has been added as a new mount for Diablo, which will allow him to run across the battlefield on all fours. I'm glad Blizzard is listening to the community. This is something that existed in the early stages of Alpha. Like Diablo would just go down on 4 and he would just be a mount and be faster that way. And it's actually pretty nice. SOP bundle pack, basically the Kael'thas bundle has been added. And about the starter bundle, I believe that is the bundle with the 3 heroes, which is Raynor, Malfurion, and Diablo. If you have purchased this, you're getting a 7-day Steam pack tomorrow. So this is nice, I guess. Kael'thas has been added. The only price changes this time are Muradin skin, and the cost to create a team league team is 500 gold. So with this patch, we're getting any heroes. None of the heroes is getting a price reduction, which sucks, but I guess whatever. We're getting another 2 big patches, one this month and one with the release. So more heroes are going to drop prices, I guess. A master skin has been added for Kael'thas, and the ugly skin has been added to the in-game shop. Like, I don't know, the skin. I watched some videos, some footage, etc. Like, I'm not a big fan of the skin. Plus that his cape in his original skin is pretty damn awesome, dude. Alright, Battlegrounds have had their music playlist updated. Voiceover that indicates when players rejoin or disconnect from a game will be played less frequently. This is nice. This was kinda annoying actually, especially for mass disconnects or like whenever someone has had like connection issues, the announcer will just go on and on and on. This guy has reconnected. This guy has disconnected, etc., etc. So I guess this is fine. Like quality of life changes are always good. The pure country EDC skin has received all new ability sound effects. This was also a community request. New voiceover for Larcablo Diablo skin. I guess he's more on the murky side now. And many heroes have received additional sound effect polish. That's nice. Right here on the user interface, we have some juicy stuff. Uh, Option menus have been cleaned up across the board, and a number of settings that were not applicable to Heroes of the Storm have been removed. I'm not aware of all of them, but I have some in mind. And enable allied chat checkbox has been added. So this basically means you can choose to have the allied chat disabled. I do not recommend it, but if you just want to play a game or two per day and just have fun with this thingy, we can do it from now on. It is turned on by default, so you need to turn it off. This is something a lot of people, including me, have been asking. A right-click through minimap checkbox has been added, which can be used to toggle whether right clicks will register on the minimap or click through to the terrain. Like, this is pretty much, the minimap was right here, right? And like when we were moving down with your right click, some of the times you would just click on the minimap, and because like you will click on the left side of the minimap and you're actually moving towards the right side, you could get yourself killed, which sucks. Pretty good change. They save all replays, display replay time info, and observer interface settings have been moved from gameplay options into this new tab. So this tab has been added, observer and replay options tab. Alright. About the end of game score screen, we're gonna get the summary and talents options now. I mean, you could see them in gray, but now they're actually going to be active. So a summary, the gold border has been added to hero and player level progress bars, and the talent tab has been enabled. This is actually pretty nice because like a lot of times I just needed screenshots of these score screens to pinpoint stuff. So this is actually pretty good. Pretty nice change. Player level rewards. Upon reaching player level 25, all heroic abilities and talents will now be automatically unlocked. So I guess this is against talent gating. I find it alright. They initially had said that this could be at level 30, but I guess they reduced those levels a bit. It's alright. Level 25, it's alright. I mean, you have gotten the basics of the game and you're just moving forward. Buffs and debuffs. A lot of buffs and debuffs have been removed that were previously displayed to the left of heroes in game portrait. This was actually pretty annoying. Too much of a struggle to keep everything in there, to be honest. I'm glad they removed some stuff. Hero specific buff icons such as Vala's Hatred have been moved to the right of the heroes in game portrait. That's nice. And hero nameplates will now display the following stance. This is actually pretty good. I mean, people were arguing a lot when they implemented this thing in WoW about like in WoW you get an icon when you're blinded, rooted, and stuff like that. But like in arenas, people who would play without any add-ons, like they would benefit from this a lot. So I find it a pretty good change for the Heroes of the Storm players as well. Chat whispers from non-friends will now cause a help message to display, which indicates that the chat privacy social setting is turned off. I guess that's for the spam. In-game score screens, updated art. This is actually pretty nice. Counters for battleground objectives such as doubloons, skulls, etc. are now also visible on the talent screen. This is pretty nice. Like for example, myself, I like to have the talents displayed all of the time, so I can just keep on checking on the talents. I never really care about the meters. I just occasionally check them, or towards the end of the game, or at the end of the game. So this is actually pretty good. Because beforehand you were like, I would be forced to check to press the tab and check the other screen because I want to know how many coins the enemy team has. So this is actually pretty good. Um, Players may mute chat messages from individual teammates. Okay, that existed as well. Teammates muted in this way will no longer be automatically okay. So like if a friend of yours is like pretty damn toxic that night because something happened, you can actually mute him without like adding him to the block communication list, which is alright, I guess. Gear icons have been added to the far right side of the in-game score screen, which can be clicked to report individual teammates. Alright, XP gains are now tracked more accurately. XP gains for all these things, takedowns, destroying structures, etc. are now split between all heroes that are within standard XP range. This is pretty much to avoid the XP contribution padding. If no heroes are nearby, XP earned this way split evenly among the team. Yeah, same thing, pretty much. Radial ping menu. The radial ping menu has received updated art which more closely matches the pings issued by players in the game world. Issuing an on my way ping will now display an arrow on the terrain that indicates which direction that player is approaching from. This is nice. I would like to see the missing ping as well, but I guess this will suffice for now. Hero select. The party panel at the top of the screen will now indicate when party members have clicked the ready button. Wait, what? This was a thing beforehand, right? I'm pretty sure I could see a green tick. Whatever. Maybe this is something different, we'll see. Training mode has been added to the play screen. Games completed in training mode will not award any gold or daily quest progress. This is I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, any gold, okay, I can see why, but daily quest progress, I don't know. I guess they felt like training mode should only be used to pick up the basics of the game and nothing else. So I guess it's alright. Versus AI, use this game mode to play with human. Yes. Opponents than those found in training mode, use the versus AI options box found in the lower left corner of the versus AI screen to toggle between human and AI teammates. Alright. Ranks. Okay, portrait tab, portrait borders have been added which will indicate the player's current hero and team league ranks. Navigate to the portrait tab in the player profile to switch among the player level, hero league and team league portrait borders. So basically something like leagues, portraits pretty much. Like you are rank 1, you get let's say the diamond portrait and so on, so on. Right, ranks, hero and team league rank icons have received new art and will now update visually upon reaching ranks 40, 30, 20, 10 and 1. So this probably has something to do with the wings, maybe, on the background of the hero link thingy. I don't know, we'll just see. SOP, a number of visual improvements have been made to item display and layout in the SOP. Each of the hero's skins and mount tabs will now display a featured item. Discounts are now called out more prominently on item preview images. Alright, Heroes tab. Hero ability layout on Heroes About pages has been overhauled. You get to see that tomorrow. An abilities page has been added to hero pages. The talents page has received visual improvements and now more closely matches the talent pane found on the hero select screen. Alright, I guess. Skins tab. Oh, they've actually categorized the skins into rare, epic, or legendary based on how they alter a hero. So pretty much the only legendary skins we have right now are Tychus and Tassadar. Everything else is either rare or epic. So just some categorization here. These classifications will be displayed on each skin's preview image in the shop, and master skins are also called out in this way. Skin about pages will now list which aspects of the hero they modify. Altered voiceover, replace voiceover. Alright, I like this. I mean, a lot of information before buying a skin is actually more than welcome, so that's a good thing. Tutorials are only for new players, so they will figure them out. Okay, Battlegrounds, Sky Temple. Healing fountains found near each team's fort in the center lane have been repositioned to prevent them from being attacked outside of tower range. That's because, like, on the middle lane, you could actually go on the south side or on the north side of the fountain and just kill it down, basically, and prevent the enemy team from having the fountain for the imminent team fight for the first mid temple. So this is actually a pretty good change. Basic training. Alright. That's for the tutorials. They just want to make the game shorter. So they just implement some changes. Okay, talents. There are some nice changes here. Clairvoyance now breaks units within its radius out of stealth rather than revealing them. This is actually, I'm not gonna say a good or bad change, but it is definitely going to make the reveal, the stealth heroes to be more on the defensive side. Like if they get revealed, that means they need another 3 seconds to reclock. So this is actually a direct counter to them. It's not only, okay, I'm going to reveal this area. This is a direct counter. We'll just see its applications. I like clairvoyance a lot, and I feel like whenever you can get it without sacrificing too much, you should. In this game there are no wards, obviously, so any type of vision is actually pretty important. Focused attack bonus to attack damage increased from 50 to 75%. Alright, that's a nice buff. And follow through bonus to basic attack damage increased from 25 to 40%. Basically, follow through is kind of a dead talent. Not that many heroes can pick it up and make it worth. Sylvanas is one of them, but still, unstable poison has its benefits, a lot of benefits actually. So now, like, follow through might actually be the way to go now on some heroes. I guess this requires testing, but it seems like a good change. Healing word can now be struck by area of effect abilities, and healing words now have 50 plus 15 per level health. So they can be struck by area of effect abilities. This is nice because you cannot always be in range to auto attack. I mean, it's a nerf, and I feel like healing word. We're not going to see healing word all that often nowadays. But the thing is, they're actually adding some health, some health values. So at level 10, this thing is going to have 200 health, which means it's going to take at least 2 to 3 auto attacks actually, or some AoE abilities on it. So it feels like a nerf, but we'll just see how it goes. It is way different than the 2 auto attacks thingy though, so it is a change. Probably towards the worst, but we'll see. Ice Block can now be reactivated to cancel its effects early. This is pretty huge actually. This, like, Ice Block might actually be the talent to go for Jaina now in some occasions. Like before that, you would most of the time take Sprint because you can just stay away of the danger in general, and you would only get Ice Block to prevent the hardening gates, to use it like when a Tyrael is about to ult to you. But the thing is that when you used it, you would have to stay for the full of, what is it, 2 or 3 seconds inside the Ice Block, and the enemy team could actually collapse on you, so you could probably die right after. So this is actually pretty nice. You dodge the initiation and then you are able to cancel it and move on in the team fight. Promote buff duration increase from 15 to 30 seconds. This is nice. I guess they just want to buff promote a bit. Beware, Abathur players. Actually not Abathur players, everyone else. The promote build is coming back, boys. Alright, we got some heroes change, a lot actually, but let me check if there's anything else at the end of the patch notes first. Okay, there are some bug fixes. Let's go over them first. Fix the rare issue that could allow quick match game to start with fewer than 10 players. I've never experienced that. Closing the client during a match countdown will no longer occasionally cause the player to become unable to rejoin that game. I know friends that have experienced that. Fixed an issue in which voice chat functionality that does not apply to Heroes of the Storm could cause the player's webcam to activate upon launching the client. I've never seen that happening, really. New system txt files will no longer be generated every time the Heroes of the Storm client is launched. Several typos and tooltip errors have been corrected. Okay, art. Some things about art. Physics objects such as ragdolls can now be appropriately manipulated by Song and Gaslow's abilities. The spider emblem on the Tomb of the Spider Queen battleground will no longer appear team colored. The color of Balog and Eric's basic attack projectiles will now appropriately match the selected skin variation. The crystal at the end of Master Tassadar's nerf cords is no longer flexible, and the visual effects for Flying Monkey, Brightwing, Blink Hill now appropriately match the skin. Alright, Battlegrounds. Players will no longer enter an infinite rejoin loop if both cores are destroyed simultaneously. That's pretty much for the ties. Like last week, people would just keep posting on Reddit images where both cores actually would die at the very same time, and the game would just freeze. They wouldn't be able to rejoin the game. They wouldn't be able to finish it. Like nothing was happening. I don't know. They managed to fix it in the end, but it was a pretty damn horrible bug. So it got fixed according to these notes. Alerts proclaiming that the core is under attack will no longer play when an enemy hero is within range of the core before a keep has been destroyed. Okay? Fixed an issue that could cause mercenary camps on the Dragon's Era battleground to permanently vanish when the Dragonite is killed. Oh, I'm not sure I've seen that. Heroes killed just before being struck by the Dragonites, Savage Charge ability will no longer fly to the location where they would have landed upon respawning. Fixed an issue that could cause the neutral Grave Golem in the Haunted Mines to drop skulls outside the playable area. Yeah, I've seen the such bugs. Allowing a temple to return to neutral ownership while it is firing its final 5 volleys will no longer generate error messages. Right, and the clear cooldowns button in Try-Me mode will now properly reset the cooldowns for Tiger's Commander Odin and ETC's most speed heroic abilities. Alright, never seen that. Sound. Fix an issue that could cause Heroes Ready voiceover to play repeatedly during hero select, and sound effects for Diablo. Diablo's Firestorm will no longer play if the ability becomes interrupted during its casting time. This is minor stuff, but I'm glad they keep fixing them and they keep addressing them. I mean, sure, there are a lot more things to address, but all these things are a pretty good approach with them. Casting, okay, heroes and talents. Casting a target ability on a hero that is disappearing to the foe will no longer cause the casting player's hero to become briefly unresponsive. Yeah, like this seemed like the players would derp, but this is actually true. For example, if you try to press something like Envenom or Blood for Blood on a vanishing Sylvanas, the moment she escapes into the fog of war, like for a split second or more, you wouldn't be able to move for some reason. This was actually pretty annoying. Abathur's Bombard's train talent will no longer increase Loca's health. Balog and Eric can no longer walk through Najiba's zombie wall. Never seen that. Casting Diablo's Shadow Charge on a structure at melee range will no longer move him to that structure opposite side. I've seen that. This is hilarious, dude. ETC's Rockstar trait will no longer buff Gaslow's Scrap. Illidan's hero model will no longer disappear when casting the hand immediately after dive. Fix an issue which could allow Naziba to summon a second Gargantuan while the first was still alive. I've actually seen 4 of them, not like more than 2, way more than 2. This is who can no longer pull a hero that's about to be consumed by Zagar's Devouring Maw outside of the ability's area of effect. Sylvanas can no longer cast a second Haunting Wave after the Windrunner talent's timer has expired. Sylvanas' Wailing Arrow heroic ability is now properly placed on a reduced cooldown if it becomes interrupted during its casting time. That's a pretty good change. Tassadar's Oracle properly reveals the Gara Crypt 2 more once again. I thought that this was an undocumented nerf to Oracle, but I guess it was a bug. Framerate drops that occur while Vala uses Strafe have been significantly reduced. I've never seen that. Fixed an issue which could cause players to search for a match in a game mode that they did not intend to enter. For example, last night I was trying to search for a co-op game, and it said on the bottom, it said searching for Hero League, and I was like, what? But that was actually the first time I've ever experienced that bug. Heroes that have progressed beyond hero level 4 will no longer occasionally load into games with locked talents. I thought they had addressed this bug during the previous patch, but okay. Inviting a player to join a party while viewing tutorial help tips will no longer cause the user interface to become unresponsive. Okay. During training mode games, Uther will no longer prompt players to use a mount when they are controlling the Dragon Knight. That was actually hilarious. During training mode games, Uther will not. Okay, Uther is prompting a lot of people, it seems. The quest log's clickable area now more closely matches its appearance. The error message displayed when multiple party members attempt to queue for matchmaking using the same hero at the same time will now indicate the cause of for the error. Alright, the ability hotkey for Kerrigan's Primal Grasp is now properly displayed in her abilities tab on the hero select screen. Alright. Items that players do not own will no longer appear purchasable during draft mode. Yeah, it's actually a thing, especially for newer players, they would get lost in the hero pages. That page, by the way, could use a revamp during the draft mode. The in-game score screen will now probably display the total number of gems being carried by all 3 of the Lost Vikings on the Tomb of the Spider Queen battleground. Alright, and the one I missed is in-game score screen sorting options no longer prevent players from using the block communication function. Alright, pressing the escape key will now probably open the main menu when Heroes of the Storm is disconnected from the internet. Hovering the cursor over the other players on the end of game stats tab will now probably indicate their current online statuses. This is nice. And the preview image displayed when selecting Tomb of the Spider Queen replays now properly displays the Battlegrounds loading screen art. They've addressed a lot of stuff. They need to address even more, but these are good steps right here. We just need to check them in game as well. Let's go over the heroes. Now this is the juicy stuff. One in the chamber. Bonus to basic attack damage increased from 50 to 80%. That's the equivalent of focused attack for Nova pretty much. And this might actually, like, we might see some funky Nova builds with this change. 30% is quite a big of a change actually. Raynor, knockback distance increased by about 23% on his Q. Some buffs on his Inspire ability. More attack speed bonus, it got increased by 5%. And the allied attack speed bonus increased from 12.5 to 15%. Mana cost reduced, cooldown decreased. That's actually big. 5 seconds, that's actually big. But the duration has decreased as well. That's basically to compensate for the cooldown decrease. Rainer's Raiders, new indicator art has been added that will highlight the bounce's current target. Hopefully enemies can be able to see that as well. Because sometimes you just have the bounces on you, and especially if they are stealth, you just derp and like get lost and you get killed. Alright, Abathur. Bombal Locust talent. Bombal Strain Locust attack range reduced by 30%. This was the thingy with the backdoor build. I'm glad they nerfed that shit because it was annoying and it was, I don't know. It was just a cheesy strategy with almost no counterplay pretty much. Symbiote Q, stab Q damage increased. Right, Asmodan. Bound minion duration increased from 15 to 30 seconds. The promote equivalent talent on Asmodan pretty much. Gazlow has received a lot of changes on his Q, on his turrets. Mana cost decreased from 70 to 60. The talent Rocket now acquires targets in a cone rather than a circle. And this change was made to prevent cases where bonus shots fire farther than the target's indicated range. So I guess they wanted to fix a bug, a semi-bug or something. Turret storage talent moved from level 16 to 13. This is nice. Although he might miss out on the sprint now, which can be pretty good for Gaslow. Maximum turret charges reduced from 4 to 3. This is fine because like Gaslow is a beast on certain maps where he can just use his turrets and basically zone the whole area. So this I like this change. I mean he like the overall damage from his Q is getting buffed, so I like this change in compensation. Long range turrets, the turret attack range bonus increased from 25 to 40%. I mean his Q got buffed overall, but he can use like one less turret now, so it's fine. Death laser. I really feel like this ability should just get reworked, to be honest. I mean the damage gain per level is reduced, the mana cost is decreased. For some reason they're even nerfing it. Cooldown is decreased, alright. Damage now increases at 1.5 seconds rather than 2 seconds. And reaches maximum damage at 3 seconds. That's the thing though, like if you need 3 seconds to channel an ability to reach its maximum damage, it has to do like a hell of a lot of damage. I think this whole this ability doesn't really fit Gaslow's whole kit. Anyway, maximum channel time decreased from 8 to 6 seconds. Goblin fusion talent moved from level 16 to level 4. Damage bonus reduced from 50 to 25%. Easy peasy dimensional reaper. Slow amount increased from 35 to 40%. Explodium charge. Mana cost increased from 60 to 70. Quick release charge talent moved from level 13 to 16. So they basically swapped talents with turret storage. Gravel bomb triggers 0.1875 seconds sooner in order to better align with the ability's visual effects. This is actually pretty good. And it also makes it easier for the allies to notice when the gravel bomb is about to hit and pile up their abilities. This is actually nice, pretty nice. Murky spawn egg trait. Murky now spawns into the game with a net automatically placed in the Hall of Storms. I guess that's for the noobs, the noob Murkies. If both Murky and his egg are killed, a new egg will be automatically placed in the Hall of Storms once he respawns. I don't get that. If someone like does not place his egg right after he got killed, like he should be punished for that, not rewarded. Spawn egg will not be placed on cooldown in either of the above scenarios. Players who fail to use their abilities on the heroes they play, they should somehow get punished for it. And the spawn egg, Murky spawn egg, is actually the biggest like mechanic he has. So I don't know. Sylvanas, new talent, level 7, Remorseless. After using an ability, the next basic attack within 3 seconds deals 25 additional damage. This is a Sylvanas specific replacement for the follow through talent, alright. So they basically removed follow through, I guess, but it doesn't say so. They probably did though. The Vikings got some nerf. The jump talent cooldown increased from 20 to 30 seconds. This is actually quite big. Especially during a team fight, this is quite big. This is the big thing though. The Lost Vikings will now become stunned for 1.5 seconds if the longbow is destroyed before its duration ends. So basically you now, like, even if you didn't, now you will be kind of forced to kill the longbow because you can actually kill the Vikings as well and remove them from the map in the team fight right after. I mean they die pretty easily anyway, and 1.5 seconds should be enough if you got some AoE in your arsenal. Play again. All of the Lost Vikings are now restored to full health upon casting play again. Alright. Zagara Infest talent. Duration increased from 15 to 30 seconds. That's the equivalent of promote for Zagara. Rhaegar. Healing Totem cooldown increased from 45 to 60 seconds. That's a nice change because he gets it at level 1. Actually, a lot of team fights can happen between the space of level 1 and level 4. So this is actually a nice nerf on Rhaegar's Healing Totem. Farsight now breaks units within its radius out of stealth rather than revealing them. Farsight is pretty much the same with Clairvoyance with less cooldown. So the equivalent of it. Oracle trait now reveals enemy units slightly faster. Yeah, you could actually see that whenever Tassadar was using Oracle, there would be a small delay until the enemies would be revealed. So this is actually okay. Anubarak, they are trying to improve the AI of the beetles. So basically, whenever a beetle is spawned, will try to attack the target. Anubarak is hitting. If Anubarak is not attacking anything, the beetle will attempt to find a nearby target to attack. And beetles will now attack and pursue a target found this way until that enemy dies, or the beetles lose track of the target through teleporting away, for example. Only then will the beetles return to lane. Because basically it was kinda annoying. It was actually that's one of the reasons why Anubarak fall out of favor, pretty much. Fell out of favor, I'm sorry. Like beetles would just spawn and they would just go in a lane. They would just ignore the fact that, hey, we've got a team fight going on here. I mean, what the hell? Anyway, we'll see how these changes will affect Anubarak. Impale casting delay removed, and Barrow Charge casting delay significantly reduced. This one is pretty important. 10 Tense Brew will now be fully restored after using Hearthstone to return to the Hall of Storms. Storm, Earth and Fire. Tense status bar will now be hidden during the period of invulnerability that occurs while casting Storm, Earth and Fire in order to better communicate this state to players. Alright, quality of life change. Now we got Diablo and ETC, and both of these guys got a huge talent shuffle. His health got decreased. Basically, Diablo got some nerfs. Let's call them nerfs. He got changed. We'll see if they're nerfs or not. We'll just see. His health got decreased. His amplified healing talent, relentless and storm shield talents got removed. He got lifelets. Basic attacks against enemy heroes deal bonus damage equal to 1% of that hero's maximum health, and heals Diablo for the same amount. So something like basically lifesteal. This is lifesteal, pretty much like Illidan's basic attacks. New talent, Lord of Terror, activate to steal 10% of the maximum health of all nearby enemy heroes. Like, I don't like when they say of all nearby. What does nearby mean? Like, within how many yards or how many units? Like, we need some more information on every single tooltip that includes the word nearby, really. Either way. Like Soulstone trait, maximum health gains change from plus 5 per soul to plus 0.15% per soul. Endless Death talent removed. Soul Feast talent, health regeneration bonus increase. That's nice. See from the Dead talent move from level 7 to 13. Will no longer interrupt movement when activated. This is pretty nice. And no longer consumes souls upon activation. A Black Soulstone now heals 50% of Diablo's maximum health over 3 seconds. This is actually pretty nice. Pretty good chase. I mean, in no situation you would ever just stop whatever you do to consume and just heal yourself up. You would either be useless for that period or just get interrupted, get killed and whatnot. Soul Steal talent. This talent has been repurposed and now affects Diablo's Black Soulstone trait, and now increases the maximum health gain per soul for from 0.15 to 0.25%. New talent, Soul Catcher at level 4, passively generates a soul every 4 seconds. This might have some uses now that amplified healing is gone. We'll see about this. And another talent for level 4, gain 10 mana whenever a nearby enemy dies. I don't think Diablo has any mana issues at all, actually, so this is probably useless. Shadow Charge, mana cost increased, cooldown increased. He's not unstoppable anymore. So basically, he probably cannot interrupt ETC's mouse speed. That's one of the reasons Diablo got so popular. Like whenever ETC would get mouse speed, Diablo could actually interrupt him with his Q. But now it's no longer unstoppable, so I guess that's a direct nerf. Stun duration when the target of Shadow Sword is knocked into a wall has been decreased from 1 to 0.75 seconds. Crippling Shadow Stalin removed, that's too bad. From the Shadow Stalin has been redesigned, moved from a level 13 to 7. Now increase the Shadow Charge stun duration inflicted when the target is knocked into a wall by 0.5 seconds. So that's to compensate pretty much. To compensate for the nerf. But they kinda force you to pick up the talent to do it. We'll see, we'll see. I need to have the whole talent tree in front of me. And I'm actually going to check Diablo. Probably not tomorrow because it's going to be a Kael'thas, all day Kael'thas, but the day after. Let's see. New talent, level 1, overwhelming force, increase the range and knockback of shadow charge. And new talent at level 7, devastating charge. Shadow charge reduces the duration silences, stuns, slows, roots and polymorphs against Diablo by 50% for 3 seconds. So something like relentless pretty much. But it's only for 3 seconds and it has some downtime. Fire Stomp, Swallowing Flames talent removed, Molten Impact talent removed. Okay. Fire Devil talent moved from level 16 to 4, damage reduced from 12 plus 3 per level to 10 plus 2 per level. Firestorm talent moved from level 16 to 13, damage bonus decreased. Okay, actually Firestorm deals a hell of a lot of damage for Diablo. So this is actually a pretty good change. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of interesting choices in his level 13 tier. So it's going to be a debate what talent Diablo is gonna pick up at that tier. Firestorm increases Diablo's movement speed by 20% and basic attack damage by 50% for 2 seconds. That's the new talent at level 16, Rampage. That's actually nice. And like paired with battle momentum, it's actually pretty good. Overpower, mana cost increase, Demonic Strength talent has been redesigned, now slows the target by 25% for 2 seconds once overpowered stun expires. Alright. New talent at level 16, Domination. Overpower reduces charges cooldown by 8 seconds. So you can actually do a lot of combos with this. Like you Q, E, a couple of auto attacks, and then you can Q again. Especially if the target gets stunned or something. So this is pretty much a dead target, no matter what now. Apocalypse, Dying Breath talent now also reduce Apocalypse cooldown by 20 seconds in addition to its other effects. Okay, ETC got a lot of love or hate. Call it whatever you want as well. His Scouting Drone, Superiority, Relentless, Hardened Shield talents got removed. Follow Through was added at level 7, Spell Seed added at level 13, Storm Shield added at level 20. The Echo Pedal talent moved from level 4 to 16. This was actually pretty, I'm not gonna say OP, but it was pretty damn strong, especially early on in the game. The pulse damage got increased, and the first pulse now fires immediately and fires the follow-up pulse after 2 seconds in order to allow for more cohesion with Face Melt and Power Slide. This is actually pretty nice. Basically, this happens so you don't waste any damage by completing your combo. I guess that's the mindset behind this change. Rockstar trait no longer affects allied minions or mercenaries. Duration increased from 3 to 4 seconds. Rocking now talent removed. Uber Rockstar talent renamed to Speed Metal moved from level 13 to level 16. It now lasts for 2 seconds, separate from Rockstar. Interesting changes. And there is a new talent at level 4 for his trait Hammer On. Increases Rockstar duration by 2 seconds and reduces the cost of all abilities by 10 mana while Rockstar is active. I'm not sure Why he needed the mana reduction? I guess we'll play and see. Same thing with Diablo. I have to check the whole talent tree, and I have actually to play and try stuff to conclude an opinion. Anyway, his Q power slide, mana cost increased. There is a new talent, actually 3 new talents for his Q. Level 1, rolling like a stone, increases power slide range by 25%. Level 4, double necked guitar, increases power slide's width by 100% and speed by 30%. This might be interesting. This might be a something to replace Echo Pedal. New talent level 13, Showstopper. ETC gains resistance, reducing all damage taken by 25% for 4 seconds after casting Power Slide. So this is something like a mini Hardened Shield. I think I like this a lot. We'll see what other options he has at level 13. Face Melt, mana cost increased, alright. And he also, like Face Melt also has 3 new talents. Mic Check, hitting 3 or more targets with Face Melt reduces its cooldown by 4 seconds. Wow. Okay, interesting choices. Level 4 for ETC. Pinball Wizard. Face Melt deals an additional 50% damage to enemies recently affected by Power Slide. And Anchor. Face Melt now leaves behind an amplifier which will knock enemies back again after 2 seconds. Alright. Guitar Solo. Mana cost decreased. Pawn Shop Guitar Talent move from level 4 to 1. Mana cost reduction decrease from 50 to 40%. Groupers Talent move from level 4 to level 13. Healing provided to nearby allied heroes increase from 12 plus 3 per level to 30 plus 6 per level. That's huge. Pretty good. While active, Guitar Hero talent has been redesigned. Now heals for 50% of damage dealt by basic abilities, basic attacks. While Guitar Solo is active, new talent at level 1, Prog Rock, permanently increases Guitar Solo's healing per second by 2 for each regeneration glow picked up. Just keep rocking. Reduce the duration of all silences, slow, stuns, roots, and polymorphs against ATC by 50% while Guitar Solo is active. So pretty much something like Relentless. Like he got ETC got the same treatment with Diablo. The Relentless talents got removed, but they added something to compensate. Mosspeed Death Metal talent has been redesigned. Upon death, a ghost of ETC will now cast Mosspeed at his death location. This talent may now be picked even if Stage Dive has been selected as ETC's heroic ability. It seems broken. It looks broken. We'll just see how it goes. New talent level 20, Turbas, allows ETC to cast Power Slide during Mosspeed and doing so increase Mosspeed's duration by 2 seconds. Okay, infinite Mosspeeds guys, infinite Mosspeeds. Additionally, casting Mosspeed now refreshes the Power Slide's cooldown, so infinite Mosspeeds once again. I cannot tell why they're doing this. Like, the same thing happened with resurgences. I mean, people got angry because of resurgences because it added no counterplay or almost no counterplay. You were forced to pick up heroes with resurgence, and Blizzard was like, alright, like we're gonna remove resurgence. And now like last patch they added redemption on Uther, and now they're adding more stuff on ETC, and they will probably just add more stuff and more stuff. I just like when a hero dies, I want him dead. Diablo can't be the only exception. Like he's the Lord of Terror for God's sake. Stage Dive cooldown decreased from 100 to 75 seconds. Rogue God talent removed. Alright, new talent, Crowd Pleaser. Increases Stage Dive impact radius by 50% and reduces its cooldown by 15 seconds for its enemy hero hit. This is nice. So if you basically hit like 3 people, you get a free Stage Dive. Or almost a free Stage Dive pretty much. Okay, let's say Diablo got his talents got shuffled, but it feels more like he got nerfed. ETC feels like he got buffed. I mean they're both going to be played differently now, but it feels like Diablo got nerfed, ETC got buffed, especially on his level 20 talent choices. I guess we'll see. Like, we need to check all these changes live and don't be hasty with conclusions. But that's what I get from what I read. Moradin, basic attack damage gained per level increased from 8 to 9. Follow through talent removed. Skull Crusher talent moved from level 4 to level 7. New talent give him the axe. Basic attacks deal 75% additional damage against targets that are rooted, stunned, or slowed, something like Executioner. This is a more than this is a more than specific version of the Executioner talent. Exactly what I said. Thunderclap, Reverberation talent, attack speed slow amount increased from 33% to 50%, and attack speed slow duration decreased from 3.5 to 3 seconds. I like this a lot. Both these changes, this was 3.5 seconds was a lot, but I like this. I like this as well. More attack speed slow. Rip Illidents all over the world. Thunderburn, movement speed slow duration applied by thunderclaps. Secondary explosion increased from 2 to 2.5 seconds. Dwarf Toss, landing momentum talent. Movement speed bonus duration increased from 2 to 4 seconds. I don't think anybody's going to ever pick up this talent. I mean, it has its uses, but there are better talents in that tier. Haymaker cooldown decreased from 50 to 40%. I see Haymaker being picked up a lot, and like pretty much if you manage to reach level 16 unscathed or like not very much on the back foot, Haymaker can actually pretty much solo handle win games. The ability is an insane playmaker on its own, and if Muradin goes full DPS or full Q build or full W build, whatever, just not tanky build with Haymaker, and he picks up Stoneform at the level 16, he is more than enough tanky to survive the damage. Alright, Sonya got a lot of. Why is this portrait still here? This got changed like a couple of patches ago. Follow through talent added at level 7, Fury trait, Warpaint talent, heal amount per basic attacks increased by 5% more. Maximum Fury increased from 150 to 200. This is nice. This can actually be of some use now. I mean, I feel like Sats of Fury is the way to go at as a level 1 choice. Even block is fine, but this can actually find some uses now. We'll see. They need to keep tracking Sonya's Fury management though, because they did indeed improve it, but it could still use some work. Movement speed bonus increase from 20 to 25%. No escape talent. Okay. Ancient Spear, Boon of the Ancients talent removed. Alright, that's big. Composite Spear talent moved from level 13 to 7. Poison Spear talent. Bonus damage increased from 50 to 75%. Okay, I guess you can still go Q build. Mystical Spear moved from level 16 to 13. Now permanently reduce Ancient Spear's cooldown by 4 seconds in addition to its other effects. Nice. Seismic Slam, here W. Damage increased from 90 plus 13 per level to 100 plus 16 per level. Furious Blow talent moved from level 4 to level 16. That's a direct nerf, I feel. Like a lot of Sonya's early game power came from this talent when it comes to actual damage. We'll see about that. Battleground talent moved from level 7 to 4. I guess you can get that now. Level 4. Splash damage bonus reduced from 100% to 75% of primary target damage. Alright. Whirlwind, Fury cost reduced. That's nice. Duration reduced. That's not nice, obviously. Cooldown reduced from 10 to 4 seconds. Okay. And now begins once Whirlwind completes. So before, you could spin for 4 seconds and wait for 6. Right? Assuming you won't get interrupted. Now you will spin for 3 and you wait for 4. I guess it's a buff. It is a buff. Heal amount reduced from 40 to 25% of damage dealt. This effect is doubled for damage dealt to enemy heroes. Okay, I don't feel like Sonya's Whirlwind could use some other treatment really. She could use some love in terms of not being that easily interruptible. I don't think the healing it provided was like OP or something. That's the only thing Sonya had. Sustain pretty much. Until level 13 at least. Anyway, Enduring Whirlwind talent removed, Dust Devil's talent removed, Life Funnel talent no longer removes movement impairing effects. Bonus to Whirlwind healing reduced from, I don't know, they they buffed the cooldown and whatnot, but they just nerfed the ability overall. I feel I feel like that's not the right treatment for Sonya. Either way, Leap has received responsiveness improvements. Area crater duration increased from 4 to 5 seconds. That's actually nice. Wrath of the Berserker, Anger Management talent no longer reduces fury needed to prolong Wrath of the Berserker. Now increases all fury generated while Wrath of the Berserker is active by 50%. Alright, I guess some love that talent. Especially this part. Now increases all fury generated while Wrath of the Berserker is active by 50%. This is actually nice. I guess they only wanted to touch a couple of heroes here. I mean, except for Diablo and etc. Okay, they overhauled Diablo etc. Some nerfs on Sonya, some changes on Sonya pretty much, and some changes on Gaslo as well. Like I guess they could have done a better job. I mean, there are obviously way more heroes that could use some more fair treatments. Let's put it that way. But either way, I'm so excited about Kael'thas. I'm excited about playing him tomorrow. So this is the patch notes rundown. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys the next time. Good night.